Hello YouTube, this is Zerve16 back to the more figure reviews. Today we're going to have an amazing review on the Marvel Legends Infinite series, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man. So we're going to look at the packaging because this is revolutionary packaging. Nice symbol up there. It is very nice. It's Spidey swinging. And this is reusable packaging. Meaning you can take him out and then you can put it back together and it'll look just the way it is. Nice picture of Spidey there. There's all the other figures in line. Looking nice. And there's Green Goblin. This is also a build-a-figure reveal for something that's almost complete. In a way. You probably haven't seen this done, but I am proving it. But yeah, let's read Spidey's bio first. The Amazing Spider-Man. No matter what evil rises, the Amazing Spider-Man will summon the courage to defeat it, for with great power comes great responsibility. So, we're probably going to start out with the build-a-figure, which is Green Goblin's arm on his body. It's actually kind of heavy once you imagine it. But yeah, his arm fit right in. And I was like, what? It fit this in the whole time. So yeah, you can take off the flame. It's translucent. It's very nice. It's very nice translucence. But yeah, so far I'm gonna get Electro to put in this arm, and I'm either gonna get Carnage for his head, Ultron for his head, or the Captain America one for his head, because they used this body mold right here for the Captain America Winter Soldier Marvel Legends. Because our arm moves out that far, moves forward about that far, moves backward about that far. So a little hindered due to the armor on this original figure. He does swivel at the bicep. He has double ball jointed elbow, which bends pretty far in. He swivels at the wrist, as well as goes in and out. Oh, by the way, I am not in my room today for different reasons, so I do not have that special camera angle. But yeah, so his chest moves back that much, rotates all the way around, it pivots side to side, his leg moves out, it moves forward, it moves backward a little, it swivels at the bicep, not bicep swivel, it's thigh swivel. Double ball jointed knee. Ankles move side to side, they move forward, they move backward, and they have a ankle pivot. Ankle pivot is there. So for this figure, he stands pretty tall so far. Can't wait to see how that guy goes out. Now on to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 review. One moment, I forgot. Now, if you do notice, Spidey over here does have interchangeable hands, and we're going to go into those while we go into the sculpt. So what we're going to look at is a version Spidey with one fist and one whip, to both whips, but yeah. Because I don't know really how to use the picture thing to like show a slideshow of pictures. But okay. But yeah, the only thing people have a problem with is the ball joint showing on his arm. Now, I don't really care, because it's still Spider-Man. It's still Spidey. It's still articulated as hell. It's still perfect. It's my favorite. This is my favorite. I got him yesterday. At Target, he was the last one in stock. I would have gotten Electro, but they were like $20 each. So, yeah, let's look at the rest of this. Now, his symbol is new, so if you can see that, he's got a new symbol right there. The back is new. His head does have metallic white in his eyes. They're big because he's supposed to represent Ultimate Spider-Man. And his red is brighter than this. You just can't see it in the camera. His blue is a little bit better than this, but it's just the camera's fault. I'm picking up all the color. And, yeah, so. And, yeah, that's him. He does have that classic suit now. The lines are sculpted in. Unlike the packaging, you will see that he has more pushed out silver lines. If you look at this, he has like the thinnest waist in history. His stomach is thin. And his legs are pretty good. Now he had to sacrifice some things like his stomach for articulation, which I'm grateful for. He is accurate now. I mean, he doesn't have the metallic feet anymore. He has these red lines on his feet. They're dark red lines that like make these, they make lines on them. So they're not flat. That's good. And his boots are pretty nice. His feet are thin. And yeah, his head is nicely sized. It's actually bigger than the original one's head, which we will go into a size comparison. So, moving on, this figure, its head moves all the way around. He moves his head up that far, and I believe this is possible that you can have it to look all the way up for the greatest wall crawling poses. But oh, never mind. That his head is on and he's going that far up, so you really can't have it. But it looks great, just the way it is. And his head just barely wobbles side to side. He has an armpit joint. I haven't had this in a while. My first one was the Marvel Legends Iron Man first figure that was ever made for Iron Man. His arm moves very far up. It moves all the way around, and I want to say be careful, guys and girls out there. If you collect this, you can't break his armpit joints. So if you move it like this and it won't move, you're probably going to end up snapping this off. Just try to be careful with that. He swivels at the bicep. He bends 2 joints at the elbow. He does swivel at the wrist, as well as moves in and out. Now, he does have the better hands for whipping now. because he has the bent pinky. His pinky is bent, so is his basic finger. That is good because he was never able to do that in the first place. Because the original Spider-Man whipping hand was this. If you don't believe me, check out the statue from Vintage Collections, where his hand is like this. But yeah, so they made it this, I guess, for rock and roll or something. But yeah, his chest moves forward that much, moves backwards that much. Good amount. He swivels at the waist and totally. His legs move out about that much. They swivel pretty well, and you can find the sculpt in his legs so they match up. But yeah, see, if they given him more of a stomach, yeah, he would have this leg movement. No, he has this. That is good. Just good. Dish good. But yeah, so I'm going to do a comparison between the Spider-Man I have. Now, he does have a double ball jointed knee. He does have calf swivel. His ankles move forward, they move backward, and he has a very gorgeous ankle pivot. And he has interchangeable hands. He does come in packaging with his fists. You have to put on his whipping hands. So we're going to pull off a quick dynamic pose or two. For collectors out there, some of you don't really know how you're going to pose this figure. So I'm going to show at least a few things I have done. Just a few things to show off his Spidey skills and to pop out the fact that he is super posable beyond belief. So while I'm setting this up, I'm going to tell you guys that this figure is my favorite. He is the revolutionary Marvel Legends Spider-Man of 2014. That is what I believe he is. The revolutionary Spider-Man of 2014. Because you don't go wrong with this figure. I mean, his gold eyes aren't there. I mean, I liked his gold eyes a little, but they're not there anymore, so people can't gripe about that. And then, well then, of course, you've got Spidey's new suit. You can't gripe about his old one now. But yeah, here's the first dynamic pose. Spidey kind of on the ledge there. Or you can, in fact, do a good Spidey Classics pose. If you can find a stand that'll bear him, you can actually get him into that more bent up pose. But yeah, his symbol goes all the way back, unlike the original. And then now we're going to go into another one, which is going to be this little guy right here. The whipping hand pose for jumping out and the whipping. Yeah, he looks great in poses. But yeah, and then my personal favorite for Spidey here was actually in a photo shoot for Spidey with a white background. If you know which one I'm talking about, yeah, this guy is definitely posable, because he would not be able to do this without, you know, without being Spidey over here, without having his great articulation. Let's make sure I got this right. Yeah, I got it right. Spidey's double shooting weapon, double whipping hand. Yeah, that's my favorite right there. And yeah, so now what I'm going to go ahead and say is those are good dynamic poses if you're interested. Now in size comparison time, we're going to compare him to the other Amazing Spider-Man. Now first, before we get into the comparison part, we're going to see that his head moves up, it moves down a bit, and he does not, you know, rack it side to side. His arm only moves out that far. What else was it? His hands do not interchange, nor are they thwipping hands. He has a ball joint that only moves forward that much and only moves back that much. His symbol does get split in half. His leg only moves out that much. It moves forward that much. Not bad. The ankles move the right way. He does not cast swivel. And he's hindered at his thigh swivel. Yeah, so the Amazing Spider-Man original Marvel Legends figure is no longer a good figure. I still recommend it if on retail due to the unmasked feature. Now, Spider-Man can't really do it without, if you can pop this joint off right here, you can actually pull it off. Because right now the thing holds it up like a freaking giraffe. But if you can almost see this, it looks almost normal without that thing. It was almost normal without it. So yeah, you can get it on there, you just have to remove the ball joint. But yeah, so that is my Amazing Spider-Man review. While the one part I just said I was going to do, I forgot about. He is a little taller than him. In comparison, this is a more serious figure than that one. He's a little cooler. His blue is much darker than his. His red is darker, which is good. We all like a dark figure. And sorry, it's like morning. And for added ability, you can burst him into flames. So yeah, that is my Amazing Spider-Man figure review. I will love seeing you all later to watch more reviews. So, there's nothing left to be said. I say rate, comment, subscribe, like if you like it, and I will see you all later for more figure reviews.